First, I want to make sure that this is very clear, as YouTube makes it hard for viewers to watch multiple part videos. This is going to be broken up into 4 parts. We do full uninterrupted interrogations on this channel, and the subject of this video was questioned for roughly 6.5 hours. So for your convenience, it will be a series. All of the links will be in the description as they are released, and for those that support us on Patreon, all of the videos are already posted for you to view there. Thank you. Welcome all you couch detectives out there. Join us every week for new cases, and if you're a fan of true crime, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. The absolute best way to support the channel is to subscribe, and if you appreciate what we're doing here, hit that like button, let us know that we're moving in the right direction. Okay, enough rambling, let's get into it.
Mr. Armstrong.
Yes.
Alright, let's talk a little bit more. Listen up. So, straight up, there's some messages on the concerning, alright, to say the least.
Alright.
I mean, there's stuff involving guns being put to heads and all that just within the past couple weeks. What's that all about? Knives?
Oh, knives. Yeah, she was a little violent.
So what did she do?
She pulled a knife out on me while I was holding my daughter.
Okay.
One day, and I had it wasn't even a real gun. It was like a fake gun.
What kind of fake gun was it?
It was like a BB gun.
It was like a BB gun?
Yeah.
What kind of, what did it have markings on it?
It was something that was store-bought. It was a BB gun, but she tried to make it look like it wasn't.
Did it have an orange tip?
Yeah, it had an orange. It's just a BB gun.
Yeah. Did it have like a removal, was it modeled after a gun? Or
I don't even know what kind it was, but okay. I'm not violent. Me and her,
Why would she be sending you texts saying that you pulled a gun on her?
I mean, it's a BB gun.
You positive about that?
Yeah, I am.
What'd you do with the BB gun?
It's probably still in her apartment.
Well, I mean, when you were there, what'd you do with it?
Oh, I pulled it out, and I didn't put it to her head.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Why pull it out?
Because I felt threatened and I didn't have a real gun on me.
Do you remember what kind of gun that you reported stolen back in January?
Yeah, it was a Glock.
Do you know what kind?
It was a 43X.
43X. Do you know what caliber that is?
Yeah, it's like a 9.
It's a 9?
Yes.
So, in the picture messages that she sent you on your phone, it's not a BB gun. It doesn't have an orange tip. And on the side, you want to guess what it says?
What?
It says Glock 43X.
Yeah, but the thing about that gun, I haven't seen that gun since January. And the BB gun that I pulled out, I don't think that she had a picture of it. Okay. But I know that gun is probably...
Why would you even pull out a gun?
I mean, she pulled a knife out on me.
When did this happen?
That might have been like a month ago.
About a month ago?
We talked earlier about stuff
Maybe
like that.
3.
You didn't mention anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't call the authorities or anything about it. I mean, she didn't want to call the authorities either because she felt like it would have been child endangerment.
Well, no doubt it's child endangerment. Knives and guns are being pulled with kids in the apartment.
Yeah, but she had like a 22. I want to say it was like a LR or something like that.
But she's clearly telling you in the messages, you don't care about me. You pulled a gun twice, I think it says, and put it to her head.
No, it was just a BB gun.
She told her mom about it too.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really mention the knife, but if you look in the text thread, you'll...
I mean, y'all got a violent history.
No, but if you look at the text thread, you'll see that I didn't.
Trust me, we looked, and the common theme in that text thread is a lot of violence.
Yeah, I was non-abusive though. I didn't.
Well, she's claiming that you were putting a gun to her head, and she's got a picture of a gun that matches the same gun that you reported stolen.
But the gun, I think the picture of the gun that she had was probably like an older picture because the
date on it's the 9th.
Yeah, but
which is 2 weeks ago.
No, but the thing about an iPhone is people like, and I've seen her do it. That's how I learned about that type of stuff. iPhones, you could change the date of a picture through the app. Not even through the app, just through the phone.
Why would she do that?
I mean, she does stuff like that. That's just like she said that if you look at a lot of her messages, you'll see that a lot of the stuff was manipulative. And she said a lot of different stuff that was contradicting.
Who was the girl you were seeing 5 years ago before her? Who were you seeing?
Probably my kid's mom. My first kid's mom.
What's her name?
Her name is Shantavius.
Alright, who? Someone between her...
Malika.
A girl starts name with a Y. Her name starts with a Y.
Why?
There's a police report from 2017 with you and another one.
Oh, Yakaria.
There you go.
Yakaria.
You got a history, man.
No, but Yakaria, I remember when she put her hands on me. This was over on the north side.
Yeah, but everything you said so far is you're the victim.
No, but my thing is...
When did you kick the door in?
I didn't kick a door.
You've never done damage to the apartment? When you
No, the bedroom door, that was when she pulled the knife on me. The bedroom door, I pushed it open, and I paid to get it fixed.
So if she pulled a knife on you, why'd you push the bedroom door open?
No, I had the BB gun and stuff like that because I was holding my daughter when she pulled the knife on me. And I told her, I was like, that's like child endangerment, XYZ. I said a whole lot of different things to her, but I haven't seen the...
So walk me through this. She pulled a knife on you while you were holding your kid.
Yeah.
And then what did you do?
She still held it, and I didn't have a real weapon, so I pulled out I grabbed the BB gun.
You grabbed a BB gun?
Yeah.
From where? I
grabbed it, I had it in a bag.
You had it in a bag?
Yeah.
And then where did you pushing the door in come and all this?
It was I really didn't push the door in. I really didn't push it in. She kind of tried to shove me a little bit, but I didn't want to put my hands on her. And that was kind of partially one of the reasons why I started staying over in Middleburg after that incident. That's why.
You're kind of dancing around this. First you said you paid to have the door fixed.
Yeah.
And now you're saying you didn't push the door open.
I paid to have it fixed because she doesn't have the money to pay for it. And they would.
So how did the door get broken?
The door got broken because she and we were like right in front of the door. And I was she had the knife, I had a BB gun, I was worried about the knife.
A BB gun that you got out of a bag?
Yeah.
Did you bring the bag? Was the bag there?
No, my bag was already over there. Okay. But I didn't have a real gun, and I wasn't about to pull a knife on her. I had set my kids to the side and stuff like that.
She's pretty specific in that message that she sent you 2 weeks ago with a picture of the Glock 43X saying this is the same gun you put into my head twice.
No, that's not true.
Well, that's what she's telling you.
The thing about her is when I had the black BB gun, really it was spray painted. When I pulled it out, she was kind of shocked by it, but I had to kind of scare her off. I did it to scare her off.
Yeah, but the picture is not of a BB gun. That's not what.
No, I mean
that's a Glock 43X.
But any picture that she'll have, it would be of something that is around her. Like when I reported that gun stolen, I don't know what she did with it when I reported it.
But did you tell her in the text, like, hey, why do you still have a picture of that gun? I thought it was stolen.
No, I mean, no.
Let me just say, let me grab that phone real quick. We'll go through some of these texts, because this isn't making any sense whatsoever.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything about it.
Well, you're going to have to help us make sense of this, because this is like a lot more violent than what you initially led us to believe had occurred between y'all.
I mean, she'll tell you that I'm not violent.
I understand that, but you said that earlier, that y'all basically just kind of verbally argued.
Yeah, just like with the knife incident, I didn't feel the need to tell.
Yeah, but your chance earlier to disclose that was then, and now here we are having to confront you. That's not the case. Looking at the phone.
I understand.
You made it sound like verbal arguments, okay? Was the only thing that y'all had before.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing pictures involving guns being put to people's heads. You're saying she's pulled a knife on you while you were holding your child. I mean, that's way more than verbal arguing.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I know that I wouldn't do anything to her. Like, even when it came down to it, me and her, we could have, most couples would probably fist fight or something like that. I still didn't put my hands on her. When she pulled a knife on me, I didn't have any type of weapon. And I know she had a 22, I know she had like a 22 gun, but I didn't know where she kept it. So I grabbed a BB gun. That was like the quickest thing, but I didn't tell my parents about the incident. I didn't let anybody know about it.
You go by BJ, right?
Yeah.
BJ, listen to me. Stuff's starting to not add up, man.
I understand, but I didn't do anything to her.
I mean, we talked to her mother, of course you can imagine, okay?
I understand.
She's very close with her mother, you know that.
Definitely.
So pretty much everything that's happened between y'all, she's disclosed to her mother. And some of the stuff that her mother informed us about matches up to exactly what's on the phone between y'all.
I understand, but even when it comes down to it, I never called my parents in regards to a knife or anything or a gun. When it came to her parents, I never reached out to them about it. I would just remove myself from the situation. Like the day that happened, I think that might have been one of the last days that I was over there.
Have you ever pulled out a gun on her?
Not a real one.
But you pulled out a BB gun?
Yeah, I put out a BB gun.
Why were you carrying a BB gun around with you?
I mean, because, you know, I might go outside and shoot some pellets or something like that.
Come on, man.
I mean, seriously.
You gonna go to her apartment?
No, I mean, because
and shoot pellets at an apartment.
The thing, I mean, not really outside, but like in the grass in the wooded area. There's a wooded area over there, and I would shoot little pellets and stuff like that.
Alright, well, let's just run through a couple things and you explain it to us, because right now, like I said, it's not making sense.
So this is from the 9th, which was 2 weeks ago. She's saying, this is trauma for her kids. I'm so hurt.
I felt the same.
She's talking about signing the rights over, which I can only imagine would infuriate you because you said you love your kids. What about a gun being put to my head twice? You took my car keys. What was that all about?
I didn't take her car keys.
Okay, she's just saying that for fun.
Yeah, I know she was trying to take the kids and stuff, but at that point, once she pulled a knife out on me, by her pulling a knife out on me while I was holding my daughter, I felt like she would have did anything. And I also knew that she had a weapon. So I moved the keys, but I gave her car keys back to her. I told her, I was just like, I'm about to leave because I couldn't drive. So.
Is that why you broke the door down?
No. We almost got into a tussle, but we didn't. That was me, like, because she was poking at me. And I was kind of trying to, like, push her away a little bit, but I didn't want to.
So how do you break a door doing that? That doesn't make much sense.
You don't really break it, but you know, if you have a door like pre-locked, and you know, if you push it, it was like that.
Okay, so the door was shut or open?
It was like, both of us, we were like tugging it.
She's on the back side of the door, you're on the side of the door?
I had went into the bedroom.
So you were in the bedroom, she's in the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're trying to shut the door?
A little bit.
And she's trying to open the door?
Yeah, because I was trying to grab the kids.
Because you're trying to grab the kids, because she's coming at you with a knife, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay, well then why does she say, then I walked away, you followed me into my room and broke the door. I ran into the bathroom to hide, and you put a gun to my head.
That's not true.
Okay, well you didn't say that's not true.
No, she did that.
But you didn't say that's not true here.
That's not. In a text message, I'm not gonna go back and forth in a text message.
So you said, I'm a grown man, don't pull a weapon out on me while I have my child.
I would like to take the time to thank all of our members. Your support really helps the channel continue, and you are truly appreciated. For early access to all of our videos, exclusive videos, and extra case content, consider joining our Patreon. The link is in the description below. Okay, let's get back to it.
So you said, I'm a grown man, don't pull a weapon out on me while I have my child.
Yeah.
BJ, when you went in that room last night, you got on top of her and she's in that bed, you pulled out that gun.
In what room?
Her bedroom.
What are you talking about?
There's a bullet hole through her pillow. There's bullet holes in her.
How many times did she get shot? How many times did she get shot?
What I tell you earlier? There's two ways people go in this situation, right?
How many times did she get shot?
You're trying to save yourself right now, BJ.
No, I'm being honest.
You're more worried about yourself than you are.
No, I'm worried about me getting, I'm worried about
you
going
haven't
home.
been there 24/7 for these kids. She has.
No, I provide for my children.
That's fine. You monetarily, but you're not there for them day in and day out. She is.
Absolutely, I am.
She's not there anymore.
But
because of what happened between y'all last night.
I didn't do anything to her.
That's not true.
I promise
you
I
lied
did.
Already to me.
I haven't even been over there.
I gave you your chance earlier to come.
I have not been over there. I have not been there.
You sat there and told me verbal altercations, verbal this, verbal that.
Yeah, but I told you that.
And now you're admitting that she's pulled knives, you pulled out a BB gun. None of this stuff was mentioned.
No, but also in my statement, I told you, I said that most couples go through it. I said I'm not one to...
I understand that, but I gave you a chance earlier, and I've been very respectful with you.
Yeah, I'm being honest with you as well. But
you hid stuff. You didn't disclose all this earlier.
My first time going to that apartment complex since last week was today when I showed up over there. I have not been over there. So regardless of what type of altercation she and I have, regardless of how it goes, I haven't seen her in a week. I haven't been there. You look at my phone, you said something about locations and stuff like that. I haven't left Middleburg at all.
Well, interesting, all your locations recently have been deleted, so we can't see your recent histories.
What do you mean they've been deleted?
They're not there. It doesn't go back until, the 14th is your last history. So if you've been, have you used your phone since the 14th? Today's the 24th.
Yeah, I'm always in Middleburg.
So in 10 days, have you used this phone at all?
Yes.
Okay, so when you use the phone,
if you look at our text messages, it'll tell you that I haven't, we talked about the fact that I haven't been going over there.
Okay, well, you were there as recently as the 9th when this all happened. She's apparently got screen grabs. We're downloading her phone right now too, and then all of the deleted stuff that was on here, we got on the download. We're just waiting on that to come back on the disc, and we'll see all that.
All right.
This is your chance to separate yourself. Remember I said earlier? There's situations where people find themselves in, good people find themselves in a bad situation where they momentarily lose control. Hold on. And then there's, beyond that, true evil. There's cold-blooded killers that can kill someone in cold blood and then lie about it.
All right.
So how do you want to be seen?
I haven't done anything. I know that the last time I saw...
So she's just accusing you. Between the two of y'all, she didn't call police, so she's not trying to set you up with us.
No. My thing is, couples go at it all the time.
Argument?
Different things take place.
We acknowledged that earlier.
Yeah.
Guns and knives?
Yeah, but she and I, those were just things that happened between she and myself. It even says in there, she'll tell you, I'm not violent. She says in the I know, because we talked about it. We agreed that I'm not a violent person. I wouldn't do anything to her.
Well, I don't see that you're not violent in here. I see right here she says, all I see is you putting a gun to my head, and I think I have PTSD from all the things you've put me through. I'm done.
That's how she did.
And you say, I saw that my life was in danger when you pulled out a knife on me and made me grab my gun. So you're acknowledging here that you grabbed your gun.
Yeah. Right. But it wasn't a real gun.
But just below this, she sends a picture of the knife, and she sends a picture of your gun, which is a Glock 43X.
But that's not even. That Glock 43X. She had pictures.
What happened over there 24 hours ago?
No, I haven't been there. You can ask the residents. You can check cameras. Whatever you have to do. I haven't been there. The first time that I got there was today. I have not been there. Honestly.
What went down in that apartment last night?
I don't know. I texted her this morning. I texted her this afternoon. I didn't even know that anything had even happened at the apartment until you guys told me.
Why didn't you mention this stuff earlier?
Because a lot of times that's private couple stuff.
Yeah, but we're sitting in here talking about who's been murdered in cold blood.
When I know that I'm not guilty of something, I shouldn't have to disclose the details of my relationship with her.
Disclose everything you can to let us know, like, hey, these are the incidents that occurred. We spoke about specific incidents between y'all, and you acknowledged that everything had been verbal. There had never been physical violence.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's physical violence that y'all are speaking about.
But none of us, we never put our hands on each other.
And you said the last time you called the police on her or something about some mom.
I mean, she pulled a knife on me.
So do you remember taking that? Have you seen that picture?
Yeah, I remember that picture.
Okay. Were you there when she took that picture?
No, I wasn't.
No? Are you familiar with live photos?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what happens when I hold my thumb down on a live photo?
Yeah, it shows an image.
And it does audio too.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I recorded a whole video.
You hear that?
Girl, that's the knife you tried.
Girl, that's the knife you tried
to stab me with.
Right. So if you weren't there taking the photo, then how's your voice on there saying, "Girl, that's the knife you tried to stab me with"?
I mean, it's a lot of video clips with her doing stuff in it.
Right. Well, this is what I'm saying. This is during that incident on the 9th when when she had the knife. Right. She's taking it. Well, yeah. You're taking a picture with that. And you're holding it down.
Yeah.
That's the knife you tried.
That's the knife that you tried to do what? Yeah. But then on that same counter, I mean, you see all that stuff. There's that purple candle, it looks like, or something. There's a little green bag right there and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Now, and some Dawn, okay, I see the Dawn dishwashing detergent, the little green thing, and what looks like like a purple candle or something right there. Now, do you see anything that looks like a green bag, a Dawn dishwashing detergent, or a candle in this photo?
One more time. What's the difference in those photos?
Well, I'm talking about when I'm looking at the photo of the knife, that with your voice, then that's the picture of the knife that you sent her on the 9th. I see on the counter. I'll zoom in so you can see it too.
That means that
there's the Dawn, right?
That means that.
And there's the candle, and there's that green bag, and right next to that green bag, do you see that? Right next to that green bag and the Dawn that's on the same counter as that knife.
That means that the gun wasn't in my possession.
Right, but it's a Glock 43X. You see that Glock 43X?
That means that gun wasn't in my possession. That's what.
Right. It wasn't. It might not have been. Not on this. It's on the counter in that picture, right? But that picture is from the same day that y'all are texting about her threatening you with a knife. With your voice, girl, that's the knife, and everything on the counter. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Like that.
How does she do stuff like that?
You can change the date on the picture with your phone.
You can change the date on the picture on the phone, but how is she taking a picture of the Glock back in January, 7 months ago, with the same green thing that looks like a Folgers or some kind of coffee thing, the same dish detergent, the same stuff on the counter as the stuff on the knife 7 months later?
I don't know.
Okay, you understand it's not going to be he and I judging you. Right?
I understand, but
So how do you want to be judged? You're going to be judged as a man who got caught up in his emotions, was having some sort of altercation with his girl?
I want to be judged as an honest man because I know that I didn't do anything
or
to
as the cold-blooded killer laying there in cold blood with his kids in the apartment with her and left.
I didn't
to save yourself.
I didn't do anything like that.
What time did you leave there last night?
I wasn't there last night.
Okay.
Where's the gun?
I don't even have that gun.
Do you love your kids?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Would you leave them there by themselves from 2 o'clock in the morning until 7 p.m. the next day? Laying right there.
Is that how you found my kids?
Laying on their...
They were laying on her.
BJ, you need to
shot with the same Glock that you have that you threatened her with 2 weeks ago.
Y'all didn't tell me that.
You need to tell us, man.
I didn't do anything. I wasn't there. I don't even have that gun.
Where's it at?
I mean,
I wouldn't know.
You're trying to make it sound like you don't have a history of violence and all that, but you do with other women.
I don't.
With your own family. Your grandma trespassed you. When did you trespass?
Why'd your mom get you trespassed from your own grandmother's house just in October?
My mom has a issue.
Well, do you hear yourself? You're putting everything is on everybody else.
So your first baby mama with a 5-year-old has an issue. The in-between girlfriend has an issue that's got a report against you. Your current girl's got an issue with, that causes you to put guns to her head.
And your own mother.
Your own mother's got an issue that causes her to trespass you. So do you see the common denominator? I got 4 different people all have an issue with the same one person.
I understand, but when it comes to my mother, my mom has...
Well, not just your mother
my mother
and your
has
past 3 baby moms.
My mom has multiple sclerosis. I only have 2
That's got nothing to do with mental.
Kids. When it comes to Yakaria got violent with me because she used to be like a...
Where's your self-accountability?
I'm being accountable, but...
You're not. You're blaming it on everyone else.
You guys are trying to say that I was in a place where I wasn't, and you're trying to say that I had a gun that I didn't have, and we're looking at the text messages from a manipulative woman, and you're trying to make sure...
You definitely hid stuff from us.
I'm saying, but...
You didn't bring up anything about guns and knives earlier.
No, but when it came down to it, in my statement, I said that, we had disagreements and things like that.
Yeah, and I specifically asked you about violence and physical, and you said no, none of that. Well, maybe one time there was a time she pulled a knife a year ago or something. I think I had to call my girlfriend. That's a year ago. This is 2 weeks ago.
I understand, but I didn't want to mention that.
Because you didn't want to mention the whole part of you putting a gun to her head?
No, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to taint her. No, I didn't want to taint her.
You're in self-preservation mode.
No, I didn't want to. I didn't want to
save yourself right now.
No, I'm really not, because at the end of the day, of course I'm going to save myself, but at the end of the day, I know that I wasn't there. I wasn't. I didn't even know what happened. I texted her around 10 something last night. And I text her, like, I never left. I don't even have a car.
You had me convinced there for a minute, man. I came in here, he did it. Then after talking to you, okay, he's being strapped. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't even...
Come on, man. You can't... How do you explain that?
I'm being honest, like...
That's a Glock 43X.
My thing is, she probably had... I mean...
Right, let's say she manipulated the photo.
But even when I reported it stolen, when I reported that gun stolen... I think that she had a guy that she was talking to, and I think that she gave it to him originally. Another time she had a gun, she had a 22.
But you never refute it here. You never refute that you never refute that you put a gun to her head all these times that she claims it. You never refute that you weren't there.
Because
you never refute that that's a gun that was gone months ago.
But at that point, she and I, we had already been talking to each other. We had still been around each other. We were still going around each other. So I really didn't feel the need, like in a text message. Sometimes you can look at a person being manipulative or being overly objective or something like that, or making up something or wagging their tail, and you just choose to look over it. Because at the end of the day, whenever she would text me, she would try to show it to somebody to make it look like I did something. And a lot of those times I never did. When it came down to my children...
You manipulated me.
I didn't manipulate anybody.
You're manipulating.
No, I'm being honest.
You have all these altercations and all these incidents with different women, including your own mother.
Me and my mother have never really been in any true altercations.
She called the police and had you trespass from your own grandmother's house.
The only reason she did that was because...
And I'm having to confront the
No.
I'm having to confront you on all these things.
When it came to that, she and I, like, I didn't do anything, but I didn't really have anywhere to stay at that point. And I had a lot going on, and my mom has multiple sclerosis. She called law enforcement on my 12-year-old brother as well. So, I kind of want to leave my mom's medical history out of it, but she knows that she was kind of going through it a little bit. So, at the end of the day...
You're just a victim in all this?
No, I'm not a victim in all of it, but...
That's what it makes it sound like.
No, but I know where I was, and I know where I wasn't. And I know that last night, I probably went to sleep at around maybe 11 o'clock. And
when did you wake up?
Maybe around 7 something.
Did you wake up any time in between those 2 times?
Yeah, I think, every time, you argue with somebody, you text them in the middle of the night, see if they alright, stuff like that.
Did you text her in the middle of the night?
I believe so. I always do.
After 11? And before 7?
PJ.
More than likely.
A man who got caught up in an emotional moment, cold-blooded killer.
I wasn't over there, and I didn't do it.
You pick which category you want to go in.
I didn't do it.
I can't do it for you. You pick it.
I didn't do it.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have to justify in your own mind
And I wasn't there.
how you left your 2 kids there.
What did she do? I mean, what happened last night? What did she do to drive
I
you to
wasn't
that
there
point?
last night. I wasn't there last night. I didn't even know what happened.
Where's the key? Earlier you said, I think I have a key. Where's the key to her apartment that you said you have?
I think it's over at my. I think it's like in one of my bags.
Where, at home?
More than likely.
Why would you come over there today to her apartment without the key?
I wasn't at her apartment.
You got a ride from your stepdad to the apartment today. Why would you come to her apartment without the key that you have
I
to
did
the
not
apartment?
get a ride from my I didn't get a ride from anybody.
How'd you get there today? Earlier.
My stepdad took me over there.
I just said that. You just said you didn't get a ride.
But I couldn't even.
Why did you come over there? Why would you get your stepdad to drive you all the way from Middleburg to her apartment and not bring the key that you have to her apartment with you?
Oh, because anytime.
If you were worried something was wrong with her.
No, because anytime I go, we
what were you
weren't-
going to do when you got there?
We weren't having bad blood. Like
What were you going to do when you got there without a key?
knock on the door? Knock on the door. Me and her, we weren't having like. She and I, we can argue with each other and we'll still see one another.
Okay.
Just like with that situation when she pulled that knife on me, we were
You
fine.
came over there worried something was wrong because you hadn't been able to get a hold of her. You've got 2 young kids in that apartment.
But
and if there's something
did
wrong
you-
with her,
do-
you wouldn't bring a key to get in there to check on your kids?
Do you see how many times I called and texted her before I showed up? Do you see the message that I sent her mother when I asked her when I was concerned?
I'm not fooled by it.
No, my thing is when I got out there, I thought that I was going to be able to walk up to the door and just knock on the door. Why would I even have my stepdad come into a situation where there's any
Aren't
type of
gonna lie
drama?
your way out of this.
I'm not lying.
You're skirting around everything. Everything that we're bringing up, you're skirting around.
And you
I'm
did
being
not bring
honest.
up any of this. This is out of everything we've talked about tonight. Guns and knives being pulled and messages like that as recent as 2 weeks
Couples
ago.
do that type of stuff all the time.
No,
but
they don't.
But nobody ever gets hurt.
If I had the bullshit flag right now, I'd plop it right down on the table in front of you. That's
No, but
not true.
I'm being so honest.
I've never put a gun to any of my
I mean,
significant others'
a
heads.
BB gun, you know,
It's not.
something like that.
You can stop joking. We
but you
know
have
it's not
to-
a BB gun.
but
We
she-
know it's that Glock 43.
But she was she is violent. She is violent.
She might be.
I pulled out a BB gun. When it comes down to that 9,
You carried the BB gun around over there because you like to go outside and shoot pellets in the grass and stuff. You said.
really one of the guys who stayed in that apartment complex, they left it outside and I grabbed it.
My bullshit flag's gonna be flying.
No, seriously.
Right now,
No,
bro.
seriously.
Come on.
So then,
Seriously.
okay, let's say then. How did she send a picture? Let's look how everything's set on the counter right now, right? If I take a picture, here's a knife. I take a picture of that knife, just that knife, but you can kind of see all this other stuff, right? And then I send that to you. You take that picture. But 7 months earlier, I take a picture. Instead of this being a knife, it's a gun. And all this stuff is in the same spot. No. All this stuff is in the same spot on the counter. You tell me how that's possible.
Because that's my thing is that's the only thing that she probably would have seen me with at any time throughout our relationship.
You realize you and I sit in this room all the time and do this for a living? You understand this is what we do for a living?
Understood.
Okay. So when someone's completely innocent, we don't have to worry about shit like that popping up on the phones. We don't have to worry
understand.
about all the information that was withheld from us early on.
Okay, just ask her where I was last night. Ask my mom. She just
She was
called.
asleep.
I think everybody was.
She might know where you were at 11 or 12 o'clock. Where were you at 2 o'clock?
I think that everybody. I mean, just call
You just
her.
said she has all kind of mental stuff and health issues going on.
No, she has multiple sclerosis.
Okay.
But
Which caused her to trespass you from your grandma's house, right?
my mom had a lot going on at that point.
You got
in
a lot
time.
going on right now.
But
I'll be honest, you got a lot going on.
Understood, but when it comes down to it, everybody was together last night. Everybody.
Until
Wait.
when?
Until about 6 o'clock this afternoon. 6 o'clock this afternoon was the first time that I left. No, I left on a bicycle and rode to Walgreens and bought me a lighter earlier today around 2 p.m. and that was in Middleburg.
What about last night?
Last night, I probably sat on the patio on the porch and smoked a couple of cigarettes. I probably went to sleep.
Until what time did you go to sleep?
I probably went to sleep around 11:30.
Okay.
And I know I texted her. I probably went to sleep maybe around 1. I don't know. It was late. The last time I texted her, between the time I went to sleep, it could be a different time. But I know that I sent her a text. I was trying to see if she was awake. It's like, hey, you up?
What'd you do to your elbow?
What do you mean?
You got a wound right there on your elbow. Where'd that come from?
Where?
Right there.
Oh, that happened.
You said you used to play on your laptop and sit in the house all day. What'd you do to your elbow?
No, this came from the back of that police car when they with how the seats are,
Okay.
the plastic.
Can you do me a
The
favor?
same thing with
Can
my
you jump
wrist.
up and take your shirt off? Spin around for me. You need to tell us what happened over there, man.
I didn't do anything. I haven't been there. I want to know what happened over there, just like you.
Okay, so again, you came over. Now we're talking yesterday afternoon. Okay, you got there at what time? 5 o'clock, 5:30ish. Not long after we got there.
Today.
You showed up. You came from across town, knowing in your mind something's wrong, something's not right. She's not answering the phone. I've got my 2 young kids in there, and I can't get hold of her. This is not like her. It disturbed you enough that you had your stepdad drive you from Middleburg all the way to the north side of Jacksonville, but yet you went without the key?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Because, I mean,
If you're gonna knock on the door, she's already not answering the phone. What if something's wrong with her? How are you gonna get in there?
at least I would have known that she was home and everything was fine. I mean, there have been times where she gave me a house key, gave me a key to her apartment, and then she asked for it back, and then she gave it back to me and stuff like that. So there would be different times when I would go over there. I'd just knock on the door, she'll open the door. So
What?
I know that if I go over there any time of day and I knock on that door, I know she's gonna open it.
Why did she tell her mom a couple weeks ago you pulled a gun on her? And then, lo and behold, y'all have text message exchanges between y'all from a couple weeks ago where she's saying you pulled a gun on her and put it to her head.
My thing is, whenever it comes down to
She set all that up
when it comes
just
down
to get herself killed?
no, get herself killed by who?
You tell me.
My thing is, when it
Why
came,
did she say you pulled a gun on her to her mom?
Because
And
it was
then
a
tell
big-
you the same thing in the text message?
because it was a BB gun, but she doesn't have a photo of
Where's the BB gun?
It's probably in her apartment.
Her apartment?
Yeah,
I promise you it's not.
it's probably. Well, I didn't take it with me.
What'd you do with the Glock?
I don't even know where it is. I never had it. When I reported it.
What?
No, once I reported it, that was the last time it was in my possession.
You said she had a 22 earlier, and you just mentioned it again earlier. You never said anything about her having a Glock 43X.
No, I didn't. I told you the Glock 43. I told you that the Glock
you said you
43X was
reported
reported back in.
January, but yet here we have pictures of it 2 weeks ago, and that she's claiming this is the very gun that you put to her head
I
with the
think
picture.
she probably changed the date on that because she's changed. Sometimes she changes the dates on pictures because sometimes when she's out, she might say that she's Instacarting, and I used to make a fuss about it. I used to look at the times on it, and I say that you weren't there at that time. So she has a habit of adjusting.
But it's not the date.
This one,
You understand? We've gone through this. It's not the date.
I don't know her setup in her apartment. Her counter could have had the same stuff on it from that time to that time.
man, she was pregnant with what you assumed to be.
Why would I do something like that?
Why
She
did
was
anybody-
threatening to kick you out. She was threatening.
she wasn't.
She was
She just-
threatening to take your rights away.
No.
And you've been paying. You've been working so hard, and you've been paying for her, and you've been paying for the kids, and now she's with someone else. She's possibly having a kid with someone else. She wants to take your rights away. She doesn't want you to be around her kids anymore. And you go over there and confront her about it, and things. You put the gun to her head again.
No, just this past, when was this? Wednesday. Just Wednesday, she told me, she was like, I would never do that. I would never try to terminate your rights. And I think
she said in the text.
No. Look at the most recent text. The most recent text say that she wants to be. I sent her something from TD Jakes.
What happened when she filed for the injunction against you?
She never filed it. She was doing that.
She filed it. She might have filed a motion to dismiss it later, but she filed for an injunction against you.
I was supposed to file one as well.
You didn't mention that earlier either.
I was supposed to file one as well.
Why didn't you mention any of this stuff earlier?
I didn't mention filing the paperwork on the other stuff. I mean, at the end of the day,
what did you think I was looking for earlier? I mean,
trying to see where I was, if I had just trying to see who committed the murder.
Right.
I didn't even know that.
What I tell you,
was
the
a
first
murder.
starting point always is you, the person closest to her, the person that's got the most emotional tie to her.
Understood. But
because emotions can lead to some pretty crazy things happening. Why does anybody walk in this room that's married to someone or has kids with someone that's just killed them?
Yeah, but
and lie about it.
Yeah, but I haven't been over there. I have not been over there. I'm looking for the same thing that you're looking for, and it just seems to.
Well, you can leave your phone at home and go do something that makes it look like you weren't there. I'm not.
Why in the hell would I do that?
Why does anybody do anything?
Because if I were to go to her apartment and if I don't have a key or something on me, I would need my phone so I can call her. That's like when I showed up today.
You know what the name of this case is going to be in my file? Daddy.
That's not right.
Daddy.
That's not right.
So the 3-year-old's lying on you too?
My 3-year-old.
Your kid's lying on you too? You've already accused multiple women and your mother of lying.
You said your 3-year-old and your 2-year-old that from 2 a.m. until 7 p.m. tonight were by themselves.
You know why you got snatched up when you showed up earlier? You know why those officers snatched you up so quick?
Why?
Because Daddy.
I don't think that is true.
You don't think that's true?
I don't think that my son said that.
He did.
We got it on a recorded interview.
I don't think that he said.
Not only that, but her entire family said knows y'all's history. Know you've kicked in the door. Knows you've held a gun to her head. Know you've been violent to your past girlfriend that starts with a Y. Know you've been violent with your past baby mama with a 5-year-old. Know you've been violent with your own family to make your own mom trespass you from your grandma's house.
Know that you've been violent. I haven't been violent against my mother. And I haven't been violent against her either. Even when it came down to it, if you really look at if you look at everything that
I am looking at everything. I'm looking at your history with 4 different individuals that have all had issues with you.
The stuff with Yakaria, when she I'm talking about Yakaria.
You're just skirting around.
I'm going down the list.
No, you're making an excuse for each one trying to justify.
No, I'm not making an excuse, but I'm telling the truth.
Cool. Fuck Yakaria. I don't care about Yakaria. Tell me why your 3-year-old son said Daddy.
No, I was not there. I haven't been in Jacksonville city lines since I left Mission Point last week. And my mother, you can call my mother and she can.
You haven't been, or your phone hasn't been?
One more time.
You have not been, or your phone hasn't been?
I haven't been.
Why don't you have any location history on your phone since July 14th? Why is it there up until July 14th and then it's not?
I don't know. Just call my mom. I don't.
We talked to your mom.
All right.
She doesn't know what you did after 11 that night. She went to bed.
I don't have a car.
Your dad went to bed. Well, that didn't stop you from getting all around town all the time.
July 14th was last week, right? That's the last time you said you were there. Your phone shows that. You already knew that when you told me that you had deleted it up till then. That's why you said that.
No, that's not why I said that.
You know your phone wasn't with you last night when you went back over there to confront her, to do whatever.
I had my phone next to me last night. My phone was next to me while I was in bed.
Up until the point you left.
No, I didn't leave at all. Why would I leave without my cell phone? Why would I leave without my cell phone?
Because you knew what you were going to do.
Seriously, why would I leave without my cell phone?
Why'd you leave with the Glock 43X?
I didn't even have a gun.
How did that gun go missing in January, and then it resurfaced on the same day that she's claiming that you're holding a gun to your head?
Because
that you're taking a video of a knife that she threatened you with on the same counter with the same items that the gun is sitting on.
Because
that you claim is some big coincidence.
No, because she doesn't have a picture of a BB. She doesn't have a picture of the BB gun.
Right. She's got a picture of a Glock 43X.
Yeah.
How is that the same gun that went missing 6-7 months ago?
I understand.
That is now on her counter.
When you talk about
2 weeks ago,
when you talk about
she's claiming you held a gun to your head.
I understand, but
when her door got broken.
I understand, but when you talk about the staging of everything, people leave things set up in a certain type of order on their counters all the time. So I can't help if. Like, I don't stay there. I can't say if she had a green box or a blue box. Some people set their stuff up a certain type of way, and she was one of those types of people. When it comes down,
do you understand how big of a coincidence that is, and just how silly you sound right now?
PJ,
I'm not in Jacksonville enough for a gun to be there.
You're an educated man. We are too. Okay. The difference is we do this for a living. You don't. So we recognize when it smells like shit. It's probably shit.
Understood.
Okay.
Understood.
Your story, in everything you said earlier, okay. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you failed to mention some pretty crucial stuff.
I mean, at the end of the day,
you tried to paint this picture like y'all just had normal little arguments. It gets verbal.
They weren't normal.
That's not normal.
I mean, but we weren't. Nobody was fighting. We weren't putting our hands on each other.
Pulling BB guns out.
But we weren't putting our hands on each other.
Sending pictures back and forth of knives and guns.
Yeah, but even in the text messages, she'll say that. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you aren't a violent person, because she knows that I would never put my hands on her.
Busting doors down. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
she said she has PTSD because of the things that you've done.
She would say anything.
Held a gun to her head twice.
She would say anything.
Well, do you know what she said right before she got shot? Don't do this. I love you. Damn. Do you know that's an apartment? It's a 3-story apartment complex with adjoining walls. You think no one heard?
So if she said,
you think no one heard a boom? You think no one heard the door being kicked in?
So she had a guy outside of me. That's what you're saying.
But I'm saying you.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Okay.
Earlier I was believing you. I don't believe you anymore.
I wasn't there. That's the truth.
Cold-blooded killer.
I'm not.
Well, we thought it was a heat of the moment, maybe an accident, some kind of passion thing.
I don't know what it was, because
you lose your temper.
There.
You're about to lose your family. You've been working so hard, paying for them. That's one thing. That's understandable. I can understand how that can happen. What I don't understand is a cold-blooded killer that can shoot someone that loves them, that says, "Please don't shoot me. I love you. Don't do this." Then leave in a room for over 12 hours with their by themselves, goes back home and acts like nothing's happened. That's what I don't understand.
That's the proof that I didn't do it. Because I would never leave my 2-year-old I would never leave my 1-year-old or my 3-year-old anywhere by themselves. And the simple fact that I wasn't there shows that if that's what was said, it shows that she was probably dealing with somebody else. I haven't been there in over a week. And even when you look at my locations and everything like that,
because you deleted them.
How can I delete my location from my phone?
You deleted everything after the last time you were there, which you told us about.
I didn't delete what? Delete my location? How do you delete your location from your phone?
You understand how many people have sat in that very chair and tried to run the same game you're trying to run?
No, don't phones link up to towers in certain areas? Don't the towers pick them up or something like that, and you can tell the vicinity and stuff like that? So I don't hide my location from my phone. Just look at everything. Just look at it.
And you came all the way over there knowing something was wrong without the key to even get in the apartment.
Because if I knock on the door, I've been trying to get in contact with her all day.
Okay, so if you can't get in contact with her, what makes you believe she's going to open the door?
No, but I called her mom, and when I called her mom, and I was like, hey, just tell me. And her mom was like, all right. And I didn't hear anything from her mom, and I still got word because I planning on really being in Jacksonville that much longer. So I wanted to make sure everything was all right. Once I got to the scene, I still didn't know what was going on until, I asked you guys, I asked different police officers, and they said that they couldn't tell me what happened.
Do you know
until I spoke to the detective?
You know what she told her mom about you? That you're a one person one minute and a completely, totally different, violent person the next minute.
She was the same.
And you have all the history that shows that.
She would
including the history with her.
She would say anything. I can't really.
That's what you're doing right now.
No. But even in a text message, she's like overly manipulative when it came down to it.
You just walk around with a BB gun just because you might feel like going outside and shooting pellets.
No. I didn't. No. I didn't walk around with it. But
you just happened to have it when she threatened you with a knife.
No, one of the guys left it on the steps.
The same day?
No. Not that same day.
Well, how did you just happen to have it to pull it out on her when she pulled a knife on you?
Because once I think I grabbed it.
You think?
I think I grabbed it a while prior to that.
You don't specifically remember having to pull a gun on your own and get a knife pulled on you?
A BB gun?
That's not something that's specifically ingrained in your mind?
It was a BB gun. I don't even think that she...
It was a Glock 43X that she took a picture of the same day. The same Glock 43X.
But what I'm saying is, I don't even think that she knew that it was a BB gun until I said that.
You said it had an orange tip.
Yeah, but no, it was spray painted. But
you're saying that now. Before you said it had an orange tip.
No, I told you it was.
And that one is not a BB gun. That's a Glock 43X that you can read.
But what you're saying about the Glock 43X, I told you that that's probably an older photo. People change dates on those pictures just so things add up. And
is that a gun at your house?
I don't have that gun.
Okay. Are you good with us searching your house and your room and everything like that to make sure that gun's not there?
That's fine. We can go now.
Where's the key at to the apartment?
It's probably at home.
Okay.
I don't know. I was in a rush, but I know that it's the daytime. I can it's the daytime. I can knock on the door or something like that, or ring the doorbell. That's why when I saw the scene, I called her. I sat there because they were like, we're not letting anybody else in unless you're a true resident. I sat there for a while calling her to see if she'll answer the phone so I can kind of skip through.
So when I go pull video from your parents' neighborhood, what's it going to show around, I don't know, midnight, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning last night?
What video?
The video that's going to be on several houses in your parents' neighborhood, what is it going to show? Is it going to show any comings and goings from your parents' house after 11 o'clock?
Oh, no, man. You'll see me on the porch. I was on the porch. Like smoking a cigarette and stuff like that, and I went to bed.
Who did you give the gun to?
I don't have the gun. I don't even know where it went.
The BB gun?
Oh, the BB gun? The BB gun should have been in her apartment. I mean, something like that, I would just leave it in there. I don't know it could still be in there. She might have did something with it. She might have gave it away. I don't know the company that she keeps. I don't live in Jacksonville. So for me to try and sit and count who she has around her and what objects she exchanges with them, I don't know.
After you held this BB gun to her head, you just left the BB gun there when you left?
Yeah, I did.
So you made her think it was a real gun, and then you just left it?
Actually, I tucked it in a drawer. And left.
Which drawer?
It wasn't any use to me. Like in the kitchen, not in the kitchen. I put it somewhere high so kids couldn't get to it.
What drawer is high?
There was a drawer where there would be like pots and pans, and there was another drawer where.
So the gun you wanted to make her think is real, that she thought was real, that you held to her head.
She panicked. She panicked. I tried to scare her because I knew that she had that 22. That's like with the 22. I saw that in her apartment. I didn't take pictures of that, but I knew she had it, and she would.
Yeah, because she didn't hold it to your head and threaten to kill you.
No, but what she would do is, anytime me and her would get into arguments and stuff, she would go and show her mother stuff. So when she would show her mother stuff, she would try to make it manipulative.
Don't do this. Don't do this. I love you. I love you. Don't do this. Those words ring a bell to you?
No.
Daddy.
That's not true.
I
wasn't there.
That's not true? Is that what you're gonna say when you're sitting in a courtroom and that interview gets played?
I wasn't there.
What do you think a judge is gonna think when you tell him this? That, oh yeah, I just found a BB gun. Oh yeah, I just happened to have the BB gun with me when she threatened me with a knife. Oh yeah, she knew it was a BB gun. Oh, I just held it to her head. The fact that on the same day that I held the gun to her head, she sent a picture of a Glock 43X, which is the same gun that I know and carry. The same gun that I said I had. I pulled a gun.
Me not giving
you texted her and said you pulled a gun.
But me not giving you details about the BB gun, I would just say, yeah, I had a BB gun on me. I wouldn't tell you where I got it from.
We know it's not a BB gun.
No,
we know it's the Glock 43.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. And that's the truth. Even when you talk about my location from last night.
Do you think anyone's believing that?
I wasn't there. I mean...
You were there. You just said you were there.
I was there earlier today, around 6, but I wasn't there last night.
I'm talking about when you were holding the gun to her head.
No, when I held the BB gun to her.
The Glock 43.
When I held it out, yeah. I mean, I was over there then, but I think that she thinks... If you look at a picture of that gun, and if you look at a BB gun, she wouldn't know.
How many women are in your rotation right now?
I deal with her and I deal with someone up north.
She found out about something. Something went wrong last night. You need to tell us what. You know the police got called out there very early yesterday morning, right around the time this all happened. People heard things. Your own son heard and saw things.
I mean, you've been in an apartment. You can hear neighbors, especially if there's gunshots going on and doors getting kicked in.
I mean, I'm just trying to think.
Especially if someone's laying on the ground
doors kicked in.
Especially if someone's laying on the ground screaming, "You don't have to do this.
Doors
I love
in.
you. You don't have to do this. I love you."
Doors kicked in.
Doors kicked in.
So it was a forced entry.
You tell me. You've never kicked her door in before?
No.
Because you're not violent.
Y'all were talking about the bedroom door that you broke.
I mean, the bedroom door, I didn't kick that. She and not out was like a push, and the door was already messed up, and I paid to get it fixed. But no,
that was after she went and hid in the bedroom.
No, I never kicked the door.
And she said that you followed her in there.
She used to overly exaggerate.
You didn't deny it in the text message. You didn't say you're lying. That's stupid.
In a text message, when you're talking to a person and when you're arguing and when you send a rebuttal back to them, you don't like for her. She used to take the text messages and show them to her mom. So if you look at some of the messages, I used to have to correct what she said. I stopped doing that because I knew what I was doing. I knew that I had control of the situation. I know that I would never harm her, especially with me knowing that she was pregnant. I know that if I would have went over there, if I was to go over there last night, it would have been for me and her to probably would have been for me and her to kind of get close. It probably would have been to have intercourse or something like that if I would have went over there last night. Because...
But she didn't want to?
No, she'll tell.
She's been trying to get you out of her life.
No. Look at.
She wants you to sign over the rights to your kids.
No, that's not what she recently said. Yesterday. No,
I just went through all the messages. She didn't say anything about that.
No. That's what she said Tuesday to make me upset. If you look at what she said yesterday. Yes.
She didn't recant that at all.
Yes, she did. Look at Yes, she did.
I just read through all of them.
No, I can show you. No, I can show you.
Unless you deleted it.
No.
From July 8th.
No, I can show you.
Today,
I can show you. I showed you a TD Jakes text that I sent her. She said that means you want to make the family work. Right after that, she was like, "Come home," and I had to straighten her. I was like, "I don't live there. That's not my home. I'm out here." Look at the text, and you'll see that she wanted to make things work. She was upset because I wasn't speaking to her. If I wanted to make everything work out, all I had to do was call and say, "Hey, I want to come over there. Hey, come grab me or come pick me up." Or
the last 3 things she said to you was nothing about coming over. Says, "I'm happy you think this is funny or that I'm joking. Goodbye. I'm a stalker. Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, I told her she was a stalker.
You are not important." None of that
You
seems
sat
like...
there and withheld all that information earlier because you're like, let me see if these dumbass detectives are going to find all this stuff on their own.
No,
And then I'll deal with that. And you had sat there spinning your wheels thinking about all this stuff all day yesterday.
No, I told her she was a stalker, though.
But now that we found all this out, now you're having to answer for it. Why didn't you bring it up earlier? Why am I having to confront you about it?
Because I know that I didn't do anything to her.
But why would you not reveal the most crucial stuff about
because
when I'm asking you about violence in your history?
When it comes to the privacy of my relationship, I didn't feel
so
like...
So you'd rather protect the privacy of your relationship with a woman who's dead, that has a fetus inside of her.
I didn't even know that she had passed away.
Then help us figure out what happened.
I didn't even know that she had passed away until I spoke to you guys. Until we sat at this table, I didn't.
What did you think we brought you down here for? Why didn't you ask? I had to tell you.
No, I asked you. Of course, yeah, you had to tell me because I kept asking. Once when I got there, JSO, they said we can't tell you. It's an investigation going on. And then another hour went by. They said the same thing. On my way here. They said the same thing.
Okay.
And then once we sat down, that's when you guys were like, well, I mean, I was still speaking like I thought she was alive. I was asking questions, even when I was talking to my stepdad on my way there.
Were you just hoping that she was still alive? Because you didn't know after you panicked and ran out of there? I
didn't even go over there. I wasn't there. I didn't know what happened. I didn't know what was going on. The first time I found out that something happened to her was when we sat at this table. When we were at, since I said, what's going on? I said, did somebody get kidnapped? Because I saw so much tape everywhere. So at that point, I just didn't know what the hell was going on.
You're trying to lie your way out of this, man. It's not going to work.
No, I did not know. I honestly didn't.
I sat here earlier, I listened, and I rolled with you, and I rolled with you, and I rolled with you.
I'm telling you the truth.
And now look.
I'm telling you the truth. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened over there. Until you guys told me. I didn't even know it was a forced entry until you just told me that. I didn't even know that my kids were in the land in there when it happened until you just told me that. I didn't know that it was a murder until you told me that. I didn't know what was going on until you guys mentioned what happened. For my kid, who knows, man?
She ain't got no other man in there calling three. If you're still coming around, other man in there, she's got her kids calling daddy.
I've had her. She said to me one time that she wished she had a daddy. She said that to me one time, and I started looking out for her a little more. But she said stuff like that, daddy. She said stuff.
No,
like
you don't have to do this. I love you. You don't have to do this.
That's how she talks. Like she'll call a man daddy. She said to me, she was like that before I met her. That's how she is.
And she's gonna let her 3-year-old call another man daddy, knowing that you still come around there.
She only sees me once a month, if that. I don't even stay in Jacksonville.
Where'd the 43X come from?
When I originally purchased it, I think that I had bought it from Shooters.
From Shooters?
Yeah, but one day.
What year? When did you buy the 43X?
Like last year.
You say like last year, when?
I can't recall. I don't remember.
I mean, summertime?
Might have been. Could have been.
About how long do you think you had it before you reported it stolen, missing?
Maybe 6 or 7 months, probably. Maybe longer. I'm not sure. I would have to look at the receipt. But when it comes down to it, I know that I left it in her apartment one day, and it was gone after that. And I hadn't really seen it since. And that was back in maybe January. I wasn't even over there when I reported it stolen. And she was trying to look for it, help me find it, stuff like that. But I think that she had stolen it. I think that she had a guy that she was talking to on the side, and I said this to her one time. I told her, I was like, whoever you're dealing with, they need to return my gun. And she was like, I said that one time, but there's no way to verify that. But
she told you last night you're not important, and you didn't like that. You couldn't handle it. You went back over there, and she didn't want anything to do with you.
I didn't go over there. I said, she and I, we would insult each other. I know who I am. I'm comfortable in my skin. So she said worse stuff than that to me, and I didn't budge or say anything. So at the end of the day,
you're saying all this with a smile on your face.
No, because it's funny. No, it's funny when she says stuff like that because
What's funny?
Because she and I, she'll insult me, I'll insult her, and then we would go on about our merry way.
Like you just said earlier, you weren't really interested or didn't really.
No, I still love
prod around that she was messing with other people, this and that.
Because I can't monitor that type of stuff. Because if I stayed in Jacksonville and I knew that I was gonna see her every day, it would be different because I can monitor that type of stuff. I can clock it. I can say, you work from this time to this time every day.
Why didn't you stay in Jacksonville? Why'd you leave?
I wanted better for the family. I wanted her to move. That was another one of the texts we had last night. We were talking about her moving up north.
I didn't see that.
If you look at my phone,
I just read all the way back to the 12th again. I didn't see that.
No. If you look at the text, there's a text from yesterday that said that I wanted her and the kids to relocate up north.
How are you gonna play that, knowing that you have a girl up there?
I know I don't really have a girlfriend up there.
Well, you said you had a girl up there.
No, you said how many chicks do I have? Yeah, she's I had a friend, but it's not like a girl who I go on dates with. It was a girl who, I would socialize with every now and again. Nothing serious, no photos, nothing public, no real dates. It really, if you want to talk about it, she's the only woman that I was truly dating. But I have flirted with another female. At the end of the day, if you look at the text, you'll see that I told her that I wanted her to move with me.
I see where you say you trashed your apartment and pulled a knife, and then you got mad because I grabbed my gun. And then she sends a picture of the door completely shattered, not from just tugging on the door like you said. And then you say the only thing I broke was the door. True. So, that's contradicting what you're telling us now. And then sends a picture of a Glock 43X.
Yeah, but if you look at the Glock 43X, that's probably an older photo. I did mention
everything on the counter is the same as when you
I don't know how she set everything up on her counter. I don't know how that went.
That's silly, man.
I'm serious.
That's silly.
I'm serious. Even when
it's not even a creative excuse.
No. But seriously, even when you look at our text messages from yesterday, you'll see where I said I prefer to move up north, and that was when she said, well,
2 out of 3 texts yesterday she said goodbye, stop talking to me,
that was late. No, that's not. If you look at the trend of our text messaging, look at 2 text messages before that.
I'm looking at the ones where she's saying you're holding a gun to her head. I'm looking at the ones where she's saying you broke her door. I'm looking at the ones where you said yes, I grabbed my gun, and where you said yes, I broke the door.
All that stuff is old. And
from 2 weeks ago.
It was a BB gun, and that was the last time I saw her.
You didn't say I grabbed a BB gun. You said I grabbed my gun.
A gun, a BB gun, it's the same
gun that
thing.
She took a picture
it's
of.
The same. No, it wasn't.
Yes,
no, it wasn't. And the last time I saw
this mythical BB gun that you just found outside and then now
it's not mythical. If you go in her apartment, it's
not there
right now.
We searched the whole apartment. It's not there.
In her apartment, bro. We've been in her apartment all night.
It's not there.
Even when you look at our text messages,
How can you explain the BB gun being gone? It's not there.
I don't stay there.
The BB gun that you just found randomly outside.
I don't live
the same
there.
BB gun that you just happen to have.
I
She pulls a knife.
I don't live there. I don't know who
Not the
comes and
Glock
goes.
43X that you bought last year.
I
not the
don't-
Glock 43X that you reported stolen last year. Not the Glock 43X that you held to her head.
I did not
takes
hold.
a picture
No,
of.
I did not hold a Glock
Not the
43.
Glock 43X that you are known to carry.
I did not.
Not the Glock 43X that you said that you pulled because she threatened you with a knife.
I did not hold a Glock 43X.
Not
to
the
her
Glock
head.
43X that you shot her.
I
with.
did not hold a Glock 43X to her head, and I did not have that gun in my possession. The last time I saw that gun, the Glock was like in. The last time I really had a firearm was a Taurus, and it was a friend of mine. It was a 40 caliber, but I didn't need it.
Why did you have that?
Just
How long ago was that?
that was maybe like last week.
Who was the friend?
Just a friend of mine.
What's his name?
Shoot, what Nick?
Nick what?
I don't know Nick's last name. I mean, it's just.
Where can I find Nick? I just gotta verify
Is
this.
he-
I just asked.
You said last week.
No, it's
He's
not
gonna remember.
irrelevant. It's not
It's
irrelevant.
a friend named Nick that lets you hold a 40 and you don't know his name.
I don't know his
You
last
don't have a
name.
number?
Where can I find Nick?
Probably on the north side somewhere.
On the north side. So how do you get in touch with Nick?
It wasn't something that I was carrying. I'm just being honest.
Where's
You
the
said
40
you were
now?
carrying it for a little
Where's the
while.
40 now?
Oh, I'm not. It wasn't on my person, but that's the last type of gun that I was
Hold on.
around.
Hold on. Who's Nick? Let's get this. Let's clear this up. Who's Nick?
Nick is a guy out of the neighborhood.
What's his last name?
I don't know.
What's his phone number?
I don't know.
How did you get in touch with him?
Just being around.
Being around where?
I was at the park. My grandmother's house, the 6622 Kenlock address. Just being. I'm not talking
The
about.
one you got trespassed from?
No, I don't get trespassed.
You
The
did.
one you just told us that you since 2 weeks ago you haven't been in Duval County. You've been down in Green Cove or in
Yeah.
yeah. But now you're up in Kinlock.
That was around the same time when
You said this last week you were holding a 40.
That was the last time. I'm being honest about. My point is.
You're not being honest about anything.
No. My point.
You're not being honest about anything.
No.
Because you can't now. Because you just made up this Nick.
I'm not making up anything.
Then who is Nick?
My main point.
No, who is Nick?
No, my main
Who
point.
is Nick?
It's a guy in the neighborhood. He's not
And just
really
a random guy in the neighborhood letting you hold his 40?
Everybody in the neighborhood. I didn't like carry it anywhere, but we talked about guns. The last time I had a real gun around me was when I held his.
That's not what you just said. You said that he was letting you hold it for a while.
I just said, yeah, he was just letting me hold it. And
Earlier you said that you had it for months.
But I didn't say I had it for
I'll
months.
play back the tape.
I had my own 40.
You said you had both.
I had my own 40.
Oh, so now there's another 40. Now that you won't tell us who Nick is, now that I'm calling you on your bluff and you're getting caught up in another lie.
No, I'm not lying.
Because you're just skirting around it. Then
I'm telling the truth.
Then who's Nick?
It's a guy in the neighborhood. If we sit at the park or something,
How
he'll
did
pass
you give
through.
the gun back to him?
I mean, we sat. I didn't care. Like I wasn't carrying it around on my person.
So how did you get it?
We talked about.
How did you get it back to him? Explain it.
We talked
Tell us about it.
He was just showing it to me and stuff like
I was
that.
like, here, just hold it.
I was holding it. Like
Just take it with you.
No, I didn't take it anywhere with me. I was holding it. You asked me about a gun, and you tried to say that the last gun I was around was a Glock 43X, and I'm telling you that the last.
You said the last gun you had.
You said no. I said the last gun that I was around was
you
a
changed
40.
that after I started asking about Nick. I said that you said the last gun that you had was a 40 that your friend let you hold for a while. And earlier today, you said you had it for a couple months.
I had
and then you gave it back to your friend.
No, I had.
And now that I asked you who Nick is, you said, "Oh, I didn't really hold it. I just I was next to it, and I don't know who Nick is. I don't know Nick's last name. I don't know where Nick stays at. I don't know Nick's phone number.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't know anything.
The Glock.
Every time we're confronting you with something, you're skirting around it.
No, but
making more lies.
No, but what I'm
more stories, and none of it makes any sense.
No.
Hey, just take a deep breath real quick. When are you going to realize that everything you're saying is just silly? And it can't be substantiated. It can't be verified.
I'm being
honest.
honest.
You're not being honest about a damn thing.
The Taurus
you are not being honest about anything.
The
only honesty that we've said in here.
Honest God truth.
The only honesty that we've said in here is don't do this. I love you.
No, but
don't do this.
No, but
you
listen,
don't have to do this.
I don't know what you're
Daddy
talking about. The last Taurus, if you look at my record of guns that I bought with my own money, you will see that I purchased a 40 caliber Taurus from Shooters Jacks. That gun is missing, but I didn't report it stolen. I looked for it, I didn't report it stolen.
How long ago was that 40 caliber Taurus?
I bought that gun like 4 years ago.
So you just told me that the last gun you had was a 40 caliber Taurus. And we asked you what happened.
Yeah, the last. We
asked you what happened to it. You said you gave it to your friend Nick.
No, the last.
And I said, who's Nick? And now you just fabricated a whole story. You made up Nick.
The last gun that I was the reason I told you that was because you tried to make it like the last gun that I had in my possession was a Glock.
Why 2 shots? Why'd you shoot her twice?
Shoot who?
Why 2 shots?
I didn't shoot any.
Twice.
I didn't shoot her.
You fired 2 shots in an apartment last night. Why?
No, I didn't.
How could you in the apartment with her that whole time?
I didn't.
How can you sit here just so calm and cool?
Because I'm being honest.
I gave you 2 options earlier. I gave you the path of emotional, things went down, something bad happened, I'm not a bad person.
I wasn't even there.
And then cold-blooded killer, I'm gonna lie, and I'm gonna protect myself.
I wasn't there.
Damn her, damn them kids, damn that unborn baby. I gotta look out for her.
I would never do that. I love my children.
This is pure evil.
I love my children. I'd do anything for my kids. I would never leave my kids in an apartment.
Would you do anything to stay with your kids?
I would never leave my kids alone by themselves. I would never leave my kids unattended.
You would do anything for your kids.
Yeah, I'd do anything for my children.
You would do anything for your kids. Nothing could separate you from your kids.
Then why didn't you just stay home, work
distance?
Home? Why didn't you stay here, work, and live with her?
Because I started a life up north, and if you look at the
you had kids here.
Yeah, but I was doing better than what she was doing. I was the breadwinner, so the best situation for us to have would have been for her to just come where I was at.
But instead, she wanted to terminate your rights. And
she was just talking crazy.
She wasn't just talking crazy.
If you look at the text messages,
we've gone over it 3 times now. I've read every single one of them. You just said you do anything from your kids. Nothing can separate you from your kids. She was trying to separate you from your kids, and there's nothing that you wouldn't do. So you made sure that you and your kids were not going to be separated.
I spoke to her about that termination of rights, and if you look in the text messages,
I looked in the text messages. It's not there. I just read it 3 times,
and you'll see that
I'm going to bring up the text, and you're going to create some new story.
She wasn't serious. She wasn't serious about that. She wanted to get married. She wanted to get married. She wasn't serious about that.
Not anytime soon. Not since
she just talked about. She just said she wanted to get married yesterday.
Not in the text.
Look at the text messages.
I've been looking at the text messages.
She
didn't say anything about marriage.
I'm just waiting. Just waiting.
For what?
I mean, we were moving into my building.
She says, you want to marry me. This is 3 weeks ago. You want to know, this is in June. This is over a month ago. You want to marry me, but you keep me hidden. You moved up north. You want nothing to do. You're not present.
You didn't want to post her.
You didn't
want to post her.
This was just her life. That you wanted to have that little life hidden, tucked away from your back.
She wanted to get married. And
she didn't want to get married. I just looked at the text messages.
That was her trying to say she was upset. She said, "You keep me hidden."
I'd be upset too if someone held a Glock 43X.
No.
I'd be upset too if someone broke my door.
I'd be upset too if someone threatened my family. Next to anybody's head, and her saying that I keep her hidden. That's just her talking about how she felt about my social media presence.
Another story.
No, that she said. She said no. That's what you just said. That though.
Because you keep saying, "Look at the text. Look at the text." I look at the text.
Yeah,
I read the text
every time,
and it's not saying this is your phone. This is your text messages. That's not lining up with anything you're saying right now.
Everything that she said when it came down to
there's what's you're fabricating.
No.
There's what's
everything that she said. Even when she said something about termination rights, I mentioned that to her, and she was like, I would never do that. X, Y, and Z.
That.
She did. If you look at the text, you'll see that's what she said. I'm looking at the text,
and I read it, and nothing's making sense with what you said.
I didn't have any reason to be that angry with her. I really didn't.
What went wrong in that apartment?
I think that she and I sometimes we just used to argue, but I didn't stay with her. I didn't live with her.
Yeah, you argued and it turned into a lot more than that. It escalated into violence.
What do you mean?
It escalated to conversations about guns being put to heads.
I mean,
by your own admission, she pulled knife on you more than once.
Yeah, but I'm not.
And you're just sitting there acting like you did nothing wrong.
No, but I'm not fussing about it because
why did she pull a knife
to that
on
type
you?
of stuff.
Why'd she pull a knife on you?
I was being nonchalant. I was being passive aggressive. She pulled it out on me while I was holding my daughter.
You can stop the passive.
No. Seriously, don't seriously.
I got report after report. Woman after woman, including your own mom. But even the first time, I was holding my daughter. I was holding her, and she pulled the knife out on me. So why?
Because she was upset, and I wasn't paying her any attention. I was paying my kids more attention than I was paying her.
So she pulled a knife on you because you're paying attention to your own kids?
How
was that being passive
aggressive? She was fussing at me and arguing with me about something, and I chose to ignore her.
And so you pulled a BB gun on her?
No. After she pulled a knife on me, and after I set my daughter down and got my son in check, then I grabbed the BB gun. She didn't even know it was a BB gun.
Did she follow you around with a knife while you set your child down?
Yes, she did.
Where was that BB gun even at?
She pointed it at me.
Where was this BB gun even at?
It was in a book bag. It was in a book bag.
Whose book bag?
I mean, I had like a book bag. I had like a clear book bag, and I had like a black book bag. I keep like a laptop in.
Is this when you were staying there, or you just happened to come over?
No, I never stayed there.
So you had just brought.
You brought
two book bags with a BB gun in it for no reason.
No, anytime I come in town, that's me visiting. Anytime I come in town.
Why did you bring the BB gun over there?
Cause my thing is, the reason why I don't have a gun.
Why did you bring the BB gun over there?
I found it in the complex.
That day?
No, not that day.
When?
I can't remember.
A week, a month, a year, a day?
It was on one of my visits.
So you take it up north with you?
No, you can't take guns on planes. That's why I never carried a gun.
So it was on that visit you found it?
I don't even have a gun.
Why did you bring the BB gun over there?
The BB gun was already over there.
Okay, so now it was already over there.
Yeah, but...
Okay, and you put it in your bag? Why?
I mean, shoot. If I go outside...
How many guns have you bought yourself?
2 guns.
The Taurus 40
the Taurus
and the Glock 43X.
Yeah.
You bought both those from shooters.
Yeah.
Taurus 4 years ago, approximately, you said?
Maybe 3 years.
And the 43X was last year.
Yeah.
And you gave the Taurus to Nick?
No, I didn't give anybody that gun.
What's that?
No, you guys, when we talked about guns,
what happened to the Taurus?
I don't. Oh, that gun.
Where's the Taurus?
I don't know.
Oh, that gun. That's the one I just asked you.
No, I can show you a message where.
No, I don't want to. I want to know what happened to the Taurus 40. Stop thinking and answer the question.
Honest God's truth, I don't know.
Honest God's truth.
One time I was at a girl's house.
We don't need any more crazy stories.
It was stolen.
What happened to the 40?
It was taken. I said that I didn't report it when it was stolen. I said that.
When was it stolen?
You know how I know when someone's about to tell me a lie? Because they started off with honest God's truth.
No, I can show you in Facebook Messenger where I wrote a person about it.
I don't want you to show me. I asked you to tell me, what did you do with the Taurus 40 caliber? Where is it? What'd you do?
I don't know where it's at.
You don't know what happened to a gun that you bought?
Was it stolen, or do you not know where it's at?
Somebody stole it from a girl's house.
What girl?
A girl I used to talk to named Ashley. Her name was Ashley.
When was this?
I can show you the text.
When was this?
I can show you the thread.
When was this?
Click on Facebook
when
Messenger.
Was this?
That might have been. Shit. That might have been. It was over a year ago.
Over a year.
It's been missing for a while.
So that went missing, lost, stolen, whatever thing you're coming up with.
Yeah.
Before you bought the 43X.
Yeah.
You want me to go get you a shovel real quick? It'll help you dig this hole deeper that you're digging.
No, I'm just
being faster with a shovel.
No, I'm being honest.
You're not being honest about a damn
When
thing.
it comes down to the Taurus 40.
What are you being honest about?
I'm being honest about everything. The Taurus 40.
Tell you one thing you've been honest about.
No, listen.
I've been listening for hours, man. You haven't told us anything. You're just spinning. Spinning all sorts of craziness.
I said when it came to the Taurus, the 40 caliber Taurus.
The one that you missed. The one that you lost, the one that was stolen, the one that Nick's got, the one that you had for months, the one that you only touched, the one you only saw from Nick.
I can't help if people steal.
You told us 10 different stories about
I can't help if people steal. But when I mention,
but you don't even know if it's stolen.
But the only reason
is it stolen or is it missing? Or do you not know what happened to it?
At first it was missing, and then it became stolen. I left it at a girl's house.
Do you know what happened to it?
I think somebody she was dating took it, but she told me she didn't know where it was. And she said that in Facebook Messenger. On Facebook Messenger, she told me, she said she doesn't know where it is. She doesn't know who took it. She just knew it was missing.
You just leave a gun at her house?
I left it by accident.
Oh, of course. That makes sense. Of course.
No,
of course you did.
No, I did.
Yeah.
I left it by accident.
What happened to the Glock 43X?
I don't know.
You don't know? Or you missed it?
Bro, you know a lot of stuff tonight, but you don't know what happened to 2 guns. You have an answer for everything.
I don't stay in Jacksonville. Really?
What happened to, where's your Glock 43X?
I felt like she stole.
Where is your Glock 43X?
I don't know. I felt like.
I can promise you that's not the face I saw tonight. It was covered in blood, bullet holes.
I felt like she stole it because...
You felt like she did? Where did you leave it?
It used to be at her apartment.
At her apartment?
Yeah.
Why'd you leave it at her apartment?
That was when I had to report it stolen.
Did you always leave it at her apartment?
I left Jacksonville in December. So,
and you didn't leave it at your parents' house?
No, I left it over there at her apartment because she needed protection for my kids and stuff.
But she's got her own gun.
You said she had a 22.
I didn't know. I didn't see the 22 until maybe around March. I didn't see 22 till March.
Where's the 22 at?
I don't know. That's her stuff. I don't know. The 22 is.
Tell me about a time where an incident was your fault.
No,
I want to hear when was one of these situations your fault? When did you do something wrong? When did you start the altercation? When did you do something that deserved the reaction?
The wrong thing that I did was when I took the BB gun out. When I took it out and when it looked like I made it look threatening. I made it look threatening.
How did you make it look threatening?
I just made it look threatening. I made it look like it was.
Show me how. How'd you make it look threatening?
I mean, I grabbed it and I was like this. But
like what?
I grabbed it.
Explain it. You've been explaining so much stuff in detail. Don't shy away here.
I was holding it like.
Holding it where? Where were you pointing it at?
A person's not used to me carrying a weapon. A person not used to me seeing a gun in my hand.
She's used to it.
No, she wasn't.
You've purchased 2 guns. Did you buy those guns to not carry them on you?
No, the first one with the Taurus, I slept with a girl one night and I didn't feel comfortable in her apartment and I took my firearm in there. But when I left her apartment, I left the firearm there.
Hold on. You went into her apartment.
Yeah.
You slept with her, but you didn't feel comfortable there.
That was like a while. That was over a year ago.
Bro, you
about 2 years ago.
So it was 2 years ago it was stolen?
Maybe over a year, between a year and 2 years. But I never reported it stolen. I kept asking. I threatened.
So first it was a girl you were seeing. Now it's a girl that you just were sleeping with and didn't feel. So which one is it? Were you seeing this girl? Or did you just have a one-night stand? No. Let's dive into this because every time you come up with a story, it's bullshit.
No, I can tell you. No, I can tell you the truth. I can tell.
No, you can't. No, you're incapable of telling the truth about anything.
I can tell you the truth about that gun.
No, you can't.
With that 40 cal Taurus.
No, you can't. Was it a year ago or was it 2 years ago?
No, I trusted her.
Was it a year? Oh. Now you trust her.
No, that's not the girl Ashley. The girl Ashley.
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, me and Ashley.
Before you said there was no girls in between your baby mama with a 5-year-old.
Me and Ashley.
Hold on. First, when we started, you had your baby mama with a 5-year-old, and then you had.
Me and Ashley had
now there's multiple girls.
Me and Ashley were affiliated by friends.
Were you seeing her or was it a one-night stand? Because you told us both. I don't know what to believe.
She and I, we had a thing going on years ago, and then we met back up.
But you weren't comfortable with her.
I just didn't trust where she stayed at. I'm not gonna say I didn't trust her, but I didn't trust where she stayed at.
You're trying to lie to us like we're one of your chicks, man.
No, I'm being honest. Because the reason that I didn't.
You're not being honest about anything.
No, the reason that I didn't report that 40 stolen was because I figured that if I put enough pressure on her, she would give it back to me. So I told her, I was like, I said, hey, if you don't turn up with it, I'm going to report it stolen. And if I report it stolen, whoever has it, they'll end up going to jail.
You ain't no street dude. This ain't your life, man. You ain't no street dude.
Exactly, I'm not a street dude. So when I was,
you're terrible at lying.
No, I'm being honest.
About what?
If you,
what are you being honest about?
I can show you the thread.
You can't show me a thing in here because everything that you've said in here is not true. It doesn't exist.
I can show you the thread when it said with Messenger on it.
Man up, bro. See, man up.
I am manning up.
You put two rounds in that girl last night. Man up.
I didn't.
Man up.
I really didn't.
You did.
I did.
You might not have wanted to.
I wasn't even over there.
You might hate yourself right now for doing it. You sat around all day thinking about it.
I was never there.
You knew we were going to come to you.
I was never there.
So in your brain, I'll go to them.
No.
I'll look like the innocent person.
I was never.
Let me go over there. Let me show up. Let me show up, show out. Let me show up.
If I would have known that anything took place, I would have went straight to her mother's.
You knew we were going to come for you. That's why you showed up.
No, I would have went to her mother's house.
This whole time you've been trying. This is a game to you. You've been trying to lie your way out of this.
I'm not lying.
Let me show up as a concerned father without
I would have went to her mother's house if I would have known something happened to her.
You didn't even ask about your kids. You were here for hours before you even asked about them.
I did ask about them.
Not until we brought them up.
No, I asked.
That's why you called her mom, because you knew what would happen. Mom,
one of the main reasons I couldn't ask about my kids was because I didn't know what was going on.
Why didn't you
I didn't know anything.
You just said you asked about your kids, and now you said you didn't ask about your kids.
Yeah, but pertaining to you guys knowing me knowing where my kids are now, I did not know that anything had happened.
Why'd you call her at like 2 o'clock in the morning knowing she was dead? Why did you call her?
I didn't know that anything happened.
Did you buy both guns at shooters at the same time, or did you buy them at two different instances?
2 different instances.
You said the Taurus was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Nick. You said Nick ended up with the
No. He didn't end up with my Taurus. He didn't have my Taurus. 40. He didn't have my Taurus.
So we're talking about 2 separate Taurus.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I was saying the last time I was around a real gun outside of that Glock 9 was when I was around a Taurus.
So that's what I was saying. You've bought 2 guns within the past few years that you purchased personally that you can't account for. You say you don't know where they are.
One of them I reported stolen. The other one with the
But
Taurus.
yeah, you have a picture of a 43X.
But with the 40 caliber.
And then there's a separate Taurus 40 caliber that some dude named Nick from the neighborhood just let you hold on to, and then you don't know what happened to that one either. You just gave it back to him at some point.
I mean, I didn't even really carry it around. I just said that because I just wanted to be honest about the last time I had a real gun in my presence. I probably shouldn't even mention it because it's not something that I had on my person.
So in the past
I don't listen. I don't live in Jacksonville, so I don't have a reason to have a weapon on me. I don't have a reason to do anything like that. And then I can't fly with a gun. You know what I mean? I can't take a gun on a flight. So
I mean, you can. I just did it. Check it.
I mean, when you have your
what time did you show up here today?
I showed up at Mission Point Apartments maybe around 6, and I think that.
Who gave you a ride?
My stepdad gave me a ride.
Okay. And why did you come over?
I came over to make sure that everything was all right. Like I had been calling. I called Tasheka. I called about 15, 20 times, and then I sent a text to her mom. Whenever she
did you talk to your mom or your sister?
I spoke to my sister earlier.
When?
Maybe around 4 o'clock. She was taking my 5-year-old back to Charlotte when I called her. She was like 2 hours.
Did you express any concerns to your mom or your sister?
I expressed concerns to my sister because my sister and Tasheka, they kind of get along. So.
Did they express any concerns to you?
No. So I, with my sister Jatangela, her and Tasheka kind of get along. So I was like, hey, call her. Maybe she see your number, she'll call me or do something. And I kept calling her. And that was when I texted her mom and called her mom. And then that's when I showed up out there. When I showed up out there, that's when I saw the scene, and nobody wanted to let me know what was going on.
There's a fact that I've presented several times tonight. Detective Kelsey has also, though, that you seem to just gloss over like you don't. Daddy shot mommy. I mean, you haven't attempted to try to explain. Like
at the end of the day,
it's a big deal. I think.
No. I mean, at the end of the day,
that's your son.
That's my son, and us men,
You were just there
No.
last week.
Us men, we take things like this serious, but I don't know what she does when I'm not around. That's why when I'm up north, when I'm 1,000 miles away, I try not to get too jittery about that type of stuff, because if you're somewhere so far away where you can't catch a flight and get to somebody, a person will lose sleep over that. So I got used to not, once you with the person and you guys have solidified the relationship, some things get swept under the rug.
Were you solidified though? I mean, those messages, the conversation, the history, I don't see anything solid about
She wanted to get married, and I wanted to get married too. I want to get married.
I'm just saying, solidified? You just called the relationship solidified. Was it? She's saying bye?
Our presence.
I want to know you, sign over the rights to the
That's
kids.
what we both talk like that to each other, but at the end of the day, we never mean it. If you look at the last thing she said to me, she said, I sent her something. I was talking about, how a woman. We talking about women and men, the difference in running a household or something like that. And she was like, does that mean that you finally want to make the family work, or does that finally mean that you want to get married? She said that to me yesterday around 4 something in the afternoon, and I didn't respond. And today she's dead. I wish that I had responded to her.
I want to thank you all for watching. Look for the next video in this case coming soon, and we will see you in the next one.